Reaching a big milestone in another big year. Time just keeps on marching on, that is crystal clear. 23 full years of questing, no banks or deaths, I've got my tricks. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2006. Welcome back to September 4th, 2006. Working on construction as we dwindle the money here. Getting seeds. This time we got a maple seed. It's definitely a little bit better than we normally do. Just need to get rid of the tree here. Chop it. I guess this is an oak tree, so we're getting the oak logs that we need for more construction here. That works. Yeah. Planting trees, having a good time. Normally if I get a low level seed, I don't bother leaving, since it's a little bit inconvenient putting it in the pot, waiting for it to get large enough sapling. We can also just pay to have the tree chopped down. Since it's an oak tree here, I'm okay with that. Also get some wood can XP. That's not too important. Alright. Pay 200. Get rid of the tree. And don't ask me again. Maple sapling will be more XP. That'll be good. Super compost. Lovely stuff. 71 construction. More things. Just so many things. Could set up ranging pedestals in the combat room. Put marigolds, daffodils, picket fence, and small fountain in the formal garden. Put a tentacle pool down in the oubliette, so they get dropped in there into a pile of tentacles. A minor pit trap. There's no pits yet, so not that. Could put up an icon of Bob the Cat in the chapel. Worship Bob. And also later, a mounted shark's jaw. 72 construction. That is quite a few things. Many of which are down in the dungeon. Like dungeon candles, decorative dungeon bloodstains, and spike traps. We could also put in gilded mahogany and marble tables, incredibly opulent, and wildly, wildly expensive. We're currently using the table to actually make a table for XP, so probably not going to do that. Cape racks don't exist yet. We could put up a fancy hedge in the formal garden if we had one. Expert god statues, not a thing, and mermaid hunter diving suit, not a thing. But as you can see with the cash stack here, we are definitely running low. So I think now would be a good time to decorate a little bit, install some important things, see where we can get to. Shouldn't spend all this money, hopefully. We'll start in the kitchen. Got a lot of different materials we need to get here. Steel bars, right from Falador. Teleporting all over the place. Gonna get clay, gonna need to get various other things. For the bolts of cloth, we need to teleport to the sawmill, which doesn't exist. Anyways, building a sink. Multiple options here. Since we are reasonably high level, we can do some of the higher level options here. They all do the same thing. They are water. But the sink is the best one. Look how fancy we are. Amazing. Finally getting a stove installed here. Could put a fire pit. Doesn't work for some things. You need the hook and pot for stuff. We're going all the way to the top. Fancy range. Can cook everything we might dream to cook here. And then we have the shelf space, where there's quite a few different options. Depending on which shelves you get, the tea you can make can boost your construction level more. We're going to go with an oak shelves 2, because that gives the +2 tea. Is a visible boost, so if we get the stews instead, we can get to +5, so It's mostly only useful for smaller level boosts, just to be convenient. The last one on the list, the Teak Shelves 2, can actually get a +3 boost. That requires 2 gold leaves. That's a bit expensive right now. If we really need a +3, we can just do spicy stews. Still need to get a cat back if we want to really do that effectively. That's alright. Table, we're going to keep as an oak table to match with our oak dining set. But I think we should improve the Asgardian Ale. We have gotten the Kandarin crest here, so I think we should put something more appropriate in. Just makes sense. Replacing Asgardian Ale with Dragon Bitter, fresh from the pub in Yenil. Chef's Delight's technically the highest level one, but you have to brew that. We're not going to do that. Dragon Bitter Barrel also matches nicely with our other appliances here. So, that's looking pretty good. Cat basket. Cat basket. Or better yet, the cushioned basket. So it uses regular planks and nails at level 33. It's pretty wild. See if we bend any nails here. Looks like yes. We manage. You can put your cat here, but they don't stay, unfortunately. What does stay, and very good at it, is the pet rock. So now we just have our pet rock in our cushioned basket here. Wild. Moving on to the chapel area here. We'll build a rug space. Add a rug. Bolts of cloth. And lots more things to put in here. Didn't see that I had the statues in the corner here, so I got more limestone than I need for that. So I guess the butler can have a fireplace also. We got our fireplace over there. Up in the upstairs section. We still need to do stuff up here too. Got a lot of stuff to do. Oh yeah. Next room is the chapel. We can definitely make some improvements here. And this is why we're not using mahogany for training. 1,500 coins per log. It's a bit much. Also currently juggling the earth runes outside, because we have too many things here. It's a system. Over in the chapel area, remove the old altar here and replace it with a better one. Specifically, the limestone altar, because the marble and gilded altars are wildly expensive. And this is pretty good. Also, install a whole pipe organ. How fancy. Putting in some decorative windows. Specifically not stained glass, even though it's made of glass. Just decorative. Snazzy. And adding in other functional pieces. In the lamps here. Incense burners. Keeping them oak. Being all humble here. And adding in a Saradomin symbol. God of Order. Or so he claims. We have a very ordered system we're doing here. Matches with the altar and the windows and everything. Works nicely. Next up, have everything we really want in the dining room. We're going to spruce up the workshop. The workshop's slightly different, because a lot of things require upgrading instead of just building the best thing. We start with a regular wooden workbench here. Again, just using planks and nails. It is so nice that the higher level furniture does not use nails. It really is a pretty good time. Regular. And then, when you go to remove, it removes it. I guess it just is here. Yeah, whatever. Some of these things upgrade. Or used to. Add it on to something. Guess it's the crafting table that actually needs that. Eh, never mind. Workbench with vice. That's what vice might need it. It just has to start with steel frame. Like that. And then you can upgrade it to bench with vice. Okay. It has a vice now. This allows for making flat packs, which we don't really need. Next, remove the repair bench. Replace it with an armor stand. This can repair things, and you also get a discount on repairing armor and other degradable things once those exist, based on your smithing level. New heraldry slot, banner easel, can do helmets, shields, and make banners. Here's some upgrades. Clockmaker's bench. Building mode. Yep. Also here. Clockmaker's bench. Upgrade with a molten glass to add a little lamp kind of thing on it. Upgrade again to add a little mirror on it. Ain't that something? Guess that's what those two oak planks were for. Okay. We got so many moving pieces here. So many different requirements. Final upgrade for this adds a little vice. And I'll do all the clockmaker crafting we could ever dream of here, which is nice. Moving over to the next room over. In the study, we're going to add some astronomical charts to the wall. Study them. Yes, very chart. We're going to build a telescope, which we can observe. What's this? A very close-up view of a wall. How useful. How helpful. Crystal ball. Make a regular one. Just exists. Add a globe. Ornamental. And replace the lectern with a better one. Still only teak. We need to get the mahogany ones to get the actually useful stuff. But that requires a gold leaf. That's a little expensive still. This allows us to make a few teletabs. But especially the teleport to house requires mahogany eagle lectern. Another thing to consider when we upgrade things. For the garden, you need to make sure things still work correctly. Yeah, there's a few spots that aren't really going to work out. We'll need a watering can for planting plants here. And go over to the garden supplier and get a few different things. We can get as expensive as we want to get. But we're going to go pretty simple for most of them. We're going to get a bagged oak tree, a bagged plant 1, and 2 bagged plant 2s. There's also bagged plant 3, hedges and stuff for there, various specific stuff, also for the formal garden. Bagged yew trees, magic trees, all kinds of cool stuff. Well, these ones should get the look we're looking for here. There are 6 plant spaces here, but this tree is in the way if we want to go this way. And this plant here is in the way if we want to go this way. And so we won't be planting those, unfortunately. In this tree space, though, we're going to put an oak tree. Comes out nice and little. It's a little oak tree. In this spot, small space 2, putting a dock leaf. In the corner here, a bush. And in this corner, we're going to put a large leaf plant. Looking nice. We'll look at the full thing once we're done, get out of building mode. But the next areas have a lot of things we could potentially get. Need to get a few things from Serenity here. Various paintings and such. Would you like a portrait or a landscape or a map maybe? A portrait. Well, there are a few portraits I can paint. I can only let you have one if you've got some connection with that person though. Who would you like? The Prince and Princess of Miscellanea. The kingdom that we can't do anything with, besides store our money there temporarily. What money? We have no money. That'll be 1,000 coins, please. Alright. There you go. Would you like another picture? Yep. Or like a little landscape this time. Well, I can paint a few places. Where have you had your adventures? The River Lum. Back to basics. In Lumbridge. That will be 2,000 coins, please. Alright. And another one. I'd like a map. Yes, I've painted maps of the known world on several different sizes of parchment. Which size would you like? Medium. That'll be 1,000 coins, please. Alright. There you go. That is everything we need. We've also got a sword. Also need to put this watering can away. That's a problem for later. Build the portrait space. The miscellaneous. Look at that. Build the landscape space. Lumbridge. Could do all the way to like the Elven lands. But this immortalizes the Lumbridge water wheel here in all of its not freaking out glory. Hang dark light on the wall for our demon slaying adventures. And build a medium-sized map here. Could be larger. Looks like a map. If you say so. And we'll build a bookcase in here, because why not? Just going with oak. Looks fine. Matches with the other bookcases we have over in the study. And the stairs. Which we might be able to switch out for a spiral staircase. That might not actually be a thing we can do yet without destroying the upper rooms. We've got the portals. These are as good as they're going to get. Not going to be tearing them out and replacing them with more expensive versions. And then upstairs. Still needs some work. Using the house to build the house. Crafting at the clockmaker's bench. A clockwork. For a clock to work. Could also make various toys and stuff. That's not what we're really worrying about. Slightly unfortunately, this upper room here is going to be a little bit barren. Because we're missing a few things that would help. What we can build is a rune case with teak and molten glass. Yeah, that's part of it. Molten glass. Would be a lot more easy to get if the charter ships had the stock, but that's fine. Rune case 2 requires 44 rune crafting. Showing off your rune crafting skill here. Some runes, teak, glass. And the runes are just under the glass here. Body cosmic chaos in nature. Not too shabby. Could build a fishing trophy spot. If we got any big fish at some point. Also the head trophy space. And put various things there if we had them. Armor space. Which can put in mithril, adamant, or rune armor. But requires the smithing level to make it. Which is no longer a big deal. Mine smithing rework. If we just drink this dwarven stout, that gives us 68, which is the mithril level requirement. Then place that in here. This is a construction. This is a Castle Wars construction spot. We don't have any of the equipment from Castle Wars, partially because that's very problematic. Can't even use this space because of the RuneFest business. That's pretty much the story for this room. Got a case and an armor set until we get more things we can place in. Over in our bedroom, though, we can start doing some stuff. Build a teak clock, because the gilded one for mahogany requires gold leaf. Tick-tock. Read the clock. It's 20 past rune. Brilliant. Unlike all the other sections of the house, we're being modest. We're going to put fancy things in the bedroom. Even got the crystal saw out here for buffs. Start placing things in here. Opulent curtains. Opulent because they have a little bit of black sashing. A mahogany dresser. Not gilded because that requires a gold leaf. That's a little bit too fancy. Place the bed with a 4-poster mahogany bed. Wardrobe. It's gotta be mahogany. This is what we needed the saw for. 72 plus 3 is 75. Keeping the limestone, because the upgrade for that is, again, expensive. Marble fireplace. And a nice rug. No gold on that either. I'll pick up my earth runes that are outside. And we can look at the house. Finished. For now. There's definitely upgrades we could make. Important things that we need to improve. Like the altar and the lectern. And maybe the shelves. But for the most part, we got everything we want. We got decorative windows over into wall here. It's fine. Everything looking nice. We're also not changing the style of the house from just regular here. We could, though. You can see the whole thing. We got upstairs. We got all of our portals chilling still. Got some nice plants that aren't in the way. Some decorations from our adventures. And space for more. And also another room later. And also another room later. Maybe even another room. We could get rid of the butler's fireplace. Well, that's okay. Our room is much nicer. Could change stuff here. Don't need to. And there you go. We will need to make more money to continue train construction. That is an intention. I want to do other stuff first. And speaking of other stuff, it is time for some updates. On September 18th, 2006, it's been a few days since the last update. They've been very busy upgrading RuneScape, the custom scripting language the game is made with. And they've been testing the whole game to make sure that things work, which is probably a good idea when updating the underlying architecture. And the plan is to have the updates soon. And in fact it was, because on September 20th, 2006, the game engine upgrade was released. Most of the time with actual game engine improvements, it's not really visible, but allows for doing things better, more quickly, new stuff, good stuff to do. As for actual things that happened for this update, over with Duradel and the Slayer skill, he is the highest level Slayer Master, so he no longer assigns weak assignments. Much more reasonable for the Slayer opportunities. We will be going into some Slayer pretty soon here. Probably not Duradel, though. I've been looking at the task lists. We got some options. Elsewhere, monsters now react to getting hit with magic. Previously, they would just stand there. Now they do their whole flinching from getting hit animation, which looks more appropriate. Rings of Forging, which help you to always succeed in smelting an iron ore, or at least used to, minesmith and rework, now stop you from continuing to smelt your iron when they break, so you're not accidentally losing out on your chances. A smuggle of items onto Entrana via the Law Rift is no longer possible. You now can't bring various combat gauntlets and gloves. There's still quite a few things you can get onto Entrana through varying means, but no longer that way. There's now more woodcutting sounds, more varieties of the same thing every single time. Can get a little monotonous. And also related to trees, you do some tree farming. You can dig up the roots and make crossbow strings out of those. If for some reason you don't want to get sinew, go for it. Back over in Mireditch, the Firewatch clothes had wrong colors, so that's been fixed. And Also, right near Mire Ditch, the fence south of Barrows now extends all the way to the wall, and there's a broken bit you can climb over, assuming you've done in aid of the Mire Key. If you're stuck down there with the vampires and you haven't completed the quest, you can still leave. You just can't come back. And the reason we're standing here in Witch Haven. The next quest. We've got the Slug Menace. The next Temple Knight quest. Requires Sea Slug and Wanted, 30 crafting, 30 rune crafting, 30 Slayer, and 30 Thieving. Items required: Swamp Paste, some Essence, depending on how good you do later in the quest, access to the Elemental Altars, which we're going to be doing the Abyss strategy for that, and also a Chisel, because there's no tool belt yet. The quest does start in Falador, though, so let's get over there. We have, in fact, supplied everything we need for the quest already. Kind of like we're prepared or something. Always works. Through a nice house, through the portals, right where we need to be. Going and talking to Certification. On his bench here. Is it on bench? Nope. How's the trees doing? Pretty good? Let's check the health in this tree, since we're here. And that is the 64 farming. There you go. Spiders and medium pens at the player-owned farm. Not yet. Gotta say, player-owned farm would be much more convenient. Getting various seeds and stuff is situations and problems for us. Especially since we're not going to be doing as much woodcutting now that we've burned through all the money. Anyways. Hey, Sir Tiffy. How do you like my halberd? Up right nice in your face. My goodness. Certification. Jolly good show on getting into the White Knights, what? Now, how can I help you, young fellow? The Slug Menace. Okay. So, when can I start doing missions for the Temple Knights and get some better Temple Knight armor and weapons and stuff? Right now, turns out. Excellent. Well, now to our White Knight, we can process your application form correctly. And how long will that take? Already done, old bean. The scales of justice never sleep. Right. So then, dear boy, with that in mind, we have a mission for you. Really? Great. Am I to be flung to some far-off and exotic land to defeat some evil genius? What? No, actually. We're sending you to Ardoyne. Ardoyne? What's happening in Ardoyne? I don't know, you were about to tell me. No, nothing's happening in Ardoyne. However, there is something going on in Witch Haven, to the east of Ardoyne. Are you sure? I mean, you're not a little senile, maybe? Very funny, old bean. I need you to report to Colonial in Witch Haven. He's a retired Temple Knight, but his clearance is still active. He will be able to fill you in. Remember to use the Temple Knight code phrase. In Falador, the geese fly backwards on Tuesdays. You know, I'm still not sure this isn't some giant wind-up. Nonsense, my man. We take our work very seriously. The fate of the world rests on our hands, don't you know? Oh, I'll need to update your comm orb with the new mission parameters. There's Tiffy hands you a new comm orb. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? No, not really. We gotta go to Witch Haven. I'll see you around, Tiffy. Ta-ta for now, old bean. Very good. Comm orb, V2. Didn't even need to get the old comm orb. That would have cost us 10,000 coins. Whether or not that's been changed, I don't know. Anyways, to Witch Haven. Also, technically could have gotten the items to make a new comm orb. Again, not too worried about it. To Ardoyne, and specifically Witch Haven. Very easy. With all these teleports. Really would be convenient to get the better lectern so we can make teleport to house tabs. 1 inventory space instead of 3. But then we would need to get clay, and there's no clay in Remington anymore. It's a whole problem. Witch Haven. look at all this. Now with more people and things. Like a fishing store. With Ezekiel Lovecraft. Well, hello there. Welcome to our little village. Pray stay a while. What do you do here? I supply the local fishermen with the tools and bait they need to do their job. Interesting. Have you been doing it long? Why, yes, all my life. Took over from my father, who inherited the business from his father, and so on. In fact, there have been Lovecrafts selling bait for over 10 generations. Wow, that's some lineage. Oh yes, we have a long and interesting family history. For one reason or another, the Lovecrafts have always been bait sellers or writers. Well yes, I'm sure it's fascinating, but oh yes, very, very fascinating. For instance, my great-grandfather, Howard. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, but I really must be getting on. I think my giraffe needs feeding. Your giraffe, sorry, he gets cranky without enough sugar. Bye now. Oh, right, goodbye. He's also got a shop. Let's talk to him about his shop. Can I buy some fishing supplies, please? Fishing supplies! There you go. Standard stuff. It's got all of them, I guess. I guess it doesn't have any big nets. Not that we really need a big net too much. Maybe if we want to get a big bass to put in our house, that'd be an idea. But yeah, fishing stuff. And also another option here. You're a bit too strange for me. Bye. Yes, everyone says that. Everyone's very rude then. We can't talk much though, my goodness. Cole O'Neill. How you doing? Excuse me, sir. Would you be Cole O'Neill? I might. Who's asking? Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Sir. Sir Tiffy Cashin sent me. And? In Falador, the geese fly backwards on Tuesdays? What? Are you mad, boy? I thought it was a Temple Knight secret code phrase. I see Sir Tiffy still has his fun with the initiates. I ask for a knight and I get a whelp. Whelp? I'm a full member of the Temple Knights, sir. Like I said, a whelp. Don't sir me, boy. I work for a living. Right, sir. I mean, Colonel. Jake will do fine, boy. Now, what do you want to know? Oh, everything. Everything would be helpful. What am I doing here? What is the mission? Well, I started to notice something about 3 weeks ago. The mayor called a meeting of the town council. Nothing too strange about that, in of itself. He was acting a bit strange, like he'd taken a blow to the head or something. At the end of the meeting, he announces that he's going to be renovating the shrine just west of the town. Now, I thought that was a bit off, since he's about as religious as a dead dog on a termite mound. Ew. Quiet down, I'm talking here. I could have let that slip. Save for the things he's been bringing in. What, like surface-to-air ballistas, intercontinental exploding fireballs, and quasi-futuristic henchman uniforms? The essential tools for world domination? No. Mining equipment. That doesn't sound very evil. As well as the mining equipment, he's been bringing in rune essence in large quantities. Far beyond what's needed for a small village such as this. Okay, that sounds suspicious. I'll look into it. Anything else? Yes. Some of the villagers have been disappearing overnight and reappearing the next day in a dazed and confused state. Sure, they're not just getting drunk. They could be, I suppose. But I'd rather you made sure. Sure thing. Anything else you need to know? Just tell me about Witchhaven. Well, what's to say? This place is falling apart. I notice it's a bit run down. Run down? Ha! This place used to be a bustling hive of industry. What happened to it? The fishing platform happened to it. When you introduce a large-scale operation like the fishing platform, it takes away the business from the little guy. Almost overnight, Witchhaven became a ghost town. That's very sad. However, you can't stand in the way of progress. I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that, boy. Remember, bigger is not always better. And who are the important people in Witchhaven? So we have people who touch base with. There are only 3 people I recommend speaking to. Right? Who would that be? First, go speak to Mayor Hobb. He was the first to be acting strangely. Suppose that he isn't looking too healthy. Speak to the mayor. Check. Next, speak to Brother Maledict at the church. He speaks to a lot of the villagers, has a good feel for what's going on in town. Brother Maledict, right? Finally, speak to Holgart the fisherman. Haven't seen him sail in a while. That's definitely a bit off. Holgart. Oh yes, I've spoken to him before. That covers about everyone. But don't just limit yourself to those three. Others may have some insight into what's been happening. Will do, Colonel. Thanks for the advice. And that's enough for now. All the information we need about Witch Haven and everything. Stay sharp, boy. Alright. Hey, villager. How do you like being here? Hello there. Oh, hello there. You okay? You seem a bit preoccupied. It's nothing, stranger. No need to concern yourself. We try best. Let's go talk to the mayor. Over in the mayor's house. There's Brother Maledict. Hey, Mayor. Mayor Hobb. He is not looking good. Well, hello there. Welcome to our little village. Pray, stay a while. Good day to you, Mayor. Good day to you. Would you be the mayor? Indeed. Mayor Eustace Hobb, in fact. Do you like our home? It's certainly very quiet. Yes, quiet and undisturbed. Just how we like it. Tell me, what brings you to Witch Haven? Oh, I'm just here to relax. Take a load off. That's good, yes, that's good. Witch Haven is a nice, quiet village. Really relaxing. Good fishing. Are you alright? You seem a little hazy. It's nothing. Just a little tired at the moment. So much work to do. Really? What are you working on? To the west, the shrine needs work. Yes, work. Things must be made better. Well, yes, indeed. Sure, Saradomin would be pleased. Saradomin, why are you really here? Like I said, I'm here to... Are you sure that's the only reason you're here? Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic? Well, I'm also here to visit a friend, Jack O'Neill. Ah, then this all makes sense. Yes, this is very good. How did you know my name? You told me when you came in. No, I didn't. It does not matter. One of my villagers must have mentioned that you are here. Is there anything else you need to know? We will see what he'll tell us. What can you tell me about Witch Haven? The land sea has seen much sorrow, much loss. Talking about the fishing platform? Fishing platform? Oh yes, that. No. The platform will do much for this place. The platform heralds a new beginning for Witch Haven, undreamt of by those who built it. I thought it took away all the trade. This is true, but has brought us so much more in return. So much more. I thought the village hated the fishing platform. It was a necessary step. Is there anything else you need to know? What improvements are you making to the shrine? Ah, the shrine, the future, our destiny, our heritage. How so? That which the shrine holds can unlock a new path for all the village of Witch Haven, and in time the whole of Gillinor. Wow, the whole of Gillinor. That was just some old shrine to Saradomin. The history of that shrine should not be overlooked. It's beyond your knowledge, and much that has shaped our history is contained within its walls. Sounds like a very interesting place. I may have to take a look. There is much to be done before it is opened. So it's not completed yet? When you are ready, it may be that you will be unable to keep yourself away. You know, you really are a strange person. Is there anything else you need to know? Do you know you look very ill? Ill? No, merely tired. But you've turned a slightly sickly color. A touch of food poisoning, perhaps. This has been known to turn the face and give the impression of severe illness. I've seen food poisoning. People don't look like that. Time is all that's needed. Yes, time to get better. Well, I hope you get better soon. Soon, all will be made well again. Have no fear. Is there anything else you need to know? Nothing at the moment, thanks. Then feel free to stay in our village a while longer. Farewell. Mayor Hobb. We're gonna look around. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Hang on a moment. Savant's here. What's up, Savant? Something about the way the mayor's acting is a bit fishy. Oh, you don't say. No, really. And there was me thinking he was a model citizen. There's no need to be sarcastic. I need to take some readings. Can you scan the mayor for me, please? Sure thing. One moment. The magic of the comm orb. Scanning technology. Bling bling. Okay, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. I'm looking at the scan results now. That's odd. He doesn't seem possessed by any spirits, and I can detect no residual magic around him. But the comm orb must need calibrating, so I can register 2 life forms present at his location. Are you sure you're not just reading me? I could have been, but I doubt it. I'll continue to analyze the results, see what I can come up with. Savant out. Alright. 2 life forms. The desk is locked. Need a key. What do we got upstairs? Got shelves. Search the books. Not too interesting. Got a nice sailfish trophy. It's a fishing village. That checks out. All sorts of fun stuff. Let's go talk to more people. Next up on the list of people, we had the brother, Maledict, over at the church, yeah. Let's get what he thinks. Also, we got a villager just stumbling around. How you doing? Hello there. Their eyes are staring vacantly into space. Alrighty then. Well, hello there. Oh, he's had a talk. Hello there. They're vacantly staring. Well, the family grows. What? Soon we will all be together. I'll leave you to it then. Everything's fine. Everything's clearly fine here. Brother Maledict, how's it going? Good day to you, sir. And a good day to you, my son. I am Brother Maledict, at your service. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, at yours. How are you? Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I am a little concerned. Really? What's up? It's my congregation. They seem to be drifting away from me. With all the hardships this small village has endured in the past few years, the people of Witchhaven have never needed the solace of Saradomin more. Well, that's understandable. Yes, indeed. However, less and less people have been attending my services lately. I can see why that would worry you. Do you have any idea why they would not attend? The only thing I can think of is that the mayor has asked them to help improve the shrine. Well, that would make sense. One more thing. What exactly was worrying you? Just people not being here? Drifting away from him? All the hardships? Understandable. Improving the shrine. What can you tell me about this shrine, anyway? Ah, yes. One of the wonders of Witchhaven. That particular shrine has existed since before Witchhaven was even founded. Wow. Now that is old. Over 150 years old, in fact. The role I now fulfill was originally given to one of the Temple Guardians, but in time that has been delegated to one of the ordained such as myself. The shrine was abandoned when the village came into being. Since then, it has fallen into disrepair, and other less savory elements have moved in. You must be pleased that the mayor is renovating the shrine. Well, yes, it came as something of a pleasant shock. Only hope he will let me visit it soon. He wants me to wait until it's ready to unveil. Anything else? What about the people of Witchhaven? Ah, the people of Witchhaven are the salt of the earth. Hardworking and very generous. Well, usually that is. Not anymore? Oh, most of them certainly. Just that something has changed over the past few weeks. It's nothing I can put a finger on. My flock aren't exactly unfriendly anymore, just different. How so? Well, they used to be very rigorous in attending my services. Now they seem almost apathetic. They wander around the village in a listless state. Everyone except the mayor, that is. Since the opening of the fishing platform, he was a man beset by worries. The only thing that occupied his mind was how to rescue his village from financial collapse. Ordinarily, I would welcome his newfound drive and energy, especially as it's directed towards renovating the shrine. I'm not sure, but something about him has me worried. Perhaps he thinks the shrine could bring in new interest to the village? Perhaps. Maybe I'm being a little paranoid. I'll give it some thought. In the meantime, anything else I can help you with? No, it's good for now. Peace with you, child. Alright. Everyone's just wandering around in a listless state, talking nonsense. Holgard, how are you doing? How's things on your end? Hello again, Holgard. Well, hello again, me hearty. How ye fare? Busy as always. Everything okay? Afraid not, lad. I've been washed up and left to dry. Pardon? Scuppered I am, keel-hauled and bottomed out. What? I'm destitute. I can sail no more. Oh my, that's terrible. What happened? About 2 weeks ago, I was hauled up in front of the mayor. He tells me I've broken his new articles of sailing. He tells me that under his new laws, my boat is forfeit. He took your boat? Aye. Mayor has given it to Jeb Wormwood. He is running the boat to the fishing platform now. Speaking of which, since you were last there, it's gotten a mite bit stranger. You really should take a look. I'll do that, Holgart. I hope you get your boat back soon. Aye, fare thee well. Jeb. I understand you can take me to the fishing platform? Yes, we can do that. Board the boat and we shall depart. To the fishing platform. We arrive at the fishing platform. Giant lobsters. Sea slugs. Jeb. And fishermen. Just bobbling around. How you doing? Hello there. His eyes are staring vacantly into space. More vacant staring. Must escape the blue. Deep, deep blue. Pardon? Family under the blue. Must escape the blue. Yeah! Bailey! How you doing? Hello, Bailey. Well, hello again, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. What brings you back out here? Just looking around. Are you insane? Have you seen what's happening out there? You mean the sickly-looking lobsters? Yes, the mutant lobsters. I swear any moment they're gonna break down the door and attack me. They seem fairly peaceful so far. Well, true, but you can't be too careful. When did they start appearing? Not long after you rescued Kenneth. They get hauled out of the sea as ordinary giant lobsters. The fishermen hit them with a mallet, and then a sea slug jumps into the crack. After a while, they turn green before jumping back in the sea and swimming off towards the mainland. Well, that sounds very serious. Let's get back to the mainland and see where those lobsters are headed. Please be quick. I can't leave while those things are out there. He's just been trapped in here for a while. Problem after problem here. Sea slug? Ouch. Just chilling. Sea slug, sea slugs. All kinds of guys. Anyways, let's go back to the mainland. See what the lobsters are up to. That seems like it could be a problem. Hey, Jeb. Business here is complete. Do you wish to return to dry land? Yeah, let's go. Then board the rowing boat. Alright. Boat arrives at Witch Haven. Lovely stuff. Lobsters. We've talked to everybody. Now we're going to investigate the shrine. Ooh. It's down the old ruins entrance. And now, there's a new section here. Push the wall. Push the wall was odd, but not immediately interesting. Skipping steps. We're getting there. Part of the problem of knowing what's happening is you know what's going to happen, but not everything in exact order. We've talked to people. Let's return our findings to Colonel O'Neill here. Cole O'Neill. So, boy, what have you learned? Something is definitely very wrong here. Mayor Hobb has confiscated Holgart's boat. He's given it to someone else. As well as this, there's something very fishy about him. Fishy, you say? Anything else? Yes, Brother Maledict is worried that his congregation is being led astray. Did he say anything more? The shrine to the west of the village has been consecrated to Saradomin for centuries. However, the last time it was there was a very definite unpleasant feeling in the air. Sounds like the shrine needs a thorough investigation. Everyone taking a look down there, see if anything is amiss. I was thinking the same thing. I'll get right on it. Anything else I can do for you? Not right now. I was already thinking the same thing before I even came to talk to you. We're go-getters here. We really should continue talking to the other people involved. We got a whole mission here. Temple Knights and all that. Keeping them up to date on the current situation. And the current situation is weird and concerning. And now, for whatever reason, we can touch the wall. Reveals a hidden entrance. We slide on in. We got giant lobsters. Out of here. And this place. We can climb through this hole. That was a bit of time trekking around here. Agility. Always a good time. And at the end of this cavern system, we've got a wall. A dead sea slug. And a hole in the wall with sea slugs coming out of it. Got some statues, imposing doors with runes and holes and very interesting stuff. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Come in, this is Savant. I've detected a sea slug on you. Is everything okay? Yeah, I just picked this up. It's fine. It's dead. Phew, I was worried there for a moment. Gonna take a quick scan of that slug and perform some analysis. Don't worry, there's nothing you need to do. Get back to you when I have something. Right, righty-ho, Savant. I look forward to the results. Alright. Let's open the doors. Sounds like a great plan. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Wait on a second. Well, what's the problem? Marking on that door looked familiar. Can you take a scan for it a bit for me, please? I read on it. Light springs from the door, burning our hand. Also not great. Take a scan. I thought so. Those glyphs look similar to some ancient Saradomin runes I studied at the academy. I know a man who can translate them for us. Just be careful as he's not a member of the Knights. So how am I supposed to show him the glyphs? I've had a transcript of the runes into your pack. The man you need to see is called Jorl. You can find him in his tower, northwest of Ardoin. Fantastic. I'll get right on it. We've talked to Jorl before. And we know it's a bit of a trek to get over there. We can't even read the notes. It's just these runes here. So we're just going to head over to the outpost. We're just going to walk there. We really could teleport to Ardoin. Be slightly quicker. That's alright. To the outpost. Lobster. Get out of here. It really is quite the trek out here. Jorl. How's it going? Get this translation going here. Excuse me. Yes, can I help you? I understand you are something of a historian. Ah, I'm the foremost historian in the world. Great. I was wondering if you could translate something for me, please. Possibly. I'm very busy, you see. My services don't come cheap. How much are we talking? Well, I'm very busy. I could fit you in sometime next month. That is a bit longer than I was willing to wait. Can't you fit me anytime sooner? I'm afraid not. You see, I have this ongoing series of texts that need to be cataloged as soon as possible. Psst, I recall him at my own Artic. Savant? What? I was hoping he wouldn't notice. Excuse me, but are you talking to your backpack? No. Savant, help. Tell him you're working for a wizard who's sending you telepathic instructions. I, am working for a wizard who is giving me telepathic instructions. Right. Okay. What does this, voice want you to do? We have a front company who's keeping Jorl on retainer. We have a... No, hang on, it wasn't finished. Sorry. Pardon? Not you. Can I finish now? Anyway, tell him you're working for Petmill Books. Apparently I'm working for Petmill Books, and this document is from them. Oh, right. That explains the mild insanity. No problem. Hand over the document and I'll have a look. Interesting. Very interesting. It's an early variation on a script used by priests of Saradomin a long time ago. What does it say? Look, you can see how the sentence structure and the grammar evolved from the... Yes, I'm sure it's very interesting. What does it say? Seems this text pertains to a great battle between the Temple of Saradomin and something called the Mavish Medron. The Mavis Metron. Mayish Medron. I think it's a corruption of an even earlier language. It actually refers to something called Mother Malum. And, well, there isn't a whole lot more. We managed to trap the Mother Malum behind a mystical prison. She was to wait for all time. Well, thanks for that. You've been a great help. Anytime. I recommend a doctor for those voices, though. Alright, goodbye. Mother Malum. Awesome, Ironman, Artic, come in, this is Savant. Fantastic, I'm here, Savant. That was the final piece of the puzzle I needed. I've cross-referenced the name Mayish Medron with some other texts and have been able to piece together some of the history. Finally, some solid information. Indeed. Seems this isn't the first time the Temple Knights have run across this Mother Malum character. Now why doesn't that surprise me? Yes, seems that centuries ago we discovered that a great evil had taken control of some of the most influential people in the world. The great evil was the Mother Malum. So what happened? Well, it took the few remaining uncorrupted knights all their wit and strength to devise a method of removing sea slug possession. Great. That means we can free those poor people who have already fallen. Once freed, the Temple Knights pursued a great crusade to destroy the Mother Malum. Unfortunately, she was too powerful, and the best they could do was trap her inside a mystical prison. And it looks like she is breaking free of that prison. Right. The best we can do then is to repair or reinforce it before she escapes. Did your research reveal how she was trapped in the first place? No, I hit a brick wall after that. We had a dragon crash land on our headquarters a few years ago, and the resulting fire destroyed a lot of our records. Drat, that complicates things. I think it's best you can do is take a look around Witch Haven, check some of the locals, and see if there are any clues to be found. Righty-ho, get on right to it. Thanks, Savant. Don't mention it. Hardcore also Ironman, Artic. Savant out. Alright. Back to Witch Haven. Very doable. Very cool. So now we know what we're facing. It's the Sea Slugs. They are a menace. The quest is called the Slug Menace. Not too surprising. There you go. Anyways. The Mother Malum behind the doors. Need to fix it. Would be good. Would be good. Let's talk to some people. See what we can discover. Like the mayor. Hello again, Hardcore also Ironman Artic. Is there anything else you need to know? Not at the moment. Looking. Searching. Still locked. I need your key. I'm gonna get that eventually. Don't you worry. Let's touch base with Colonial again. See what he thinks. It's probably just gonna be talk to everybody, but you never know. Colonial, it's worse than we thought. I doubt that, but go on. There's something trapped under the town of Witch Haven. Something the Temple Knights fought in ages past. Something ancient and very, very evil. That's an awful big something, boy. Care to be more specific? It's called the Mother Malum, and may have some connection to the Sea Slugs. It can't be a coincidence that the mayor is renovating the shrine. Must be preparing to break the Mother Malum free. I agree. What can we do about it? When we're speaking of that priest of Saradomin. See if he's got any more insight to shed on this. Of course. The Temple of Saradomin has a shrine here for centuries. I'll get right on it. That's enough for now. Stay sharp, boy. So yeah. It was a Saradomin temple, and was trying to deal with this since before the town even existed. Let's go to the church here. Welcome to the family, Brother Maledict. There goes the mayor. And of course he closed the door behind him. Because why wouldn't you? Mother Maledict. So, Maledict. Maledict? Oh yes, we are Maledict. Are you feeling alright? It's nothing, just a little tired at the moment. So much work, so much to do. That sounds hauntingly familiar. Was there something you wanted? I wanted to ask you something about the shrine to Saradomin. Yes. Well, I discovered a hidden passageway leading to a huge pair of double doors. And And I thought you might know something about what is behind them? Ah, right. No. What do you mean, no? Most of the history of the shrine is contained within the Holy Book of Saradomin. We've yet to read that portion of the text. Great. Can I have a look, please? No. Give me this no business. Why not? Because the 3 pages pertaining to the shrine's history have been stolen. Ah, right. Sorry. Would you like me to find them for you? It is imperative that you find them. I'll get right on it. Peace be with you. Lectern. Not this book. We need to find the 3 pieces of a book. Always looking for pieces of a book. Pages. And information. Hello again, Hardcore Awesome Ironman Artic. If you need to know. Not at the moment. Still want to pickpocket you. Improvements you make. You look very ill. It's a mess. Search the study desk. You open the drawer. Open the locked drawer and find a page of Meldic's Holy Book. Of course, now we can open the lock. Read page 1. Page has information. Let's get all the pages first. Page 1. A good find. A good find. Ezekiel. Hello again, Harpo Alton Arman Artic. How are things? Frustrating, to be honest. Sorry to hear that. Is there any way I can help? Well, I'm not sure. Brother Maledict has asked me to find some pages that were torn out of his holy book. What, like this? Yes, just like that, but I can't seem to find... Where in Gillenor did you get that? Someone pushed it out of my door just before you arrived. Went outside to see who it was, but they'd already gone by the time I got there. Strange. Mind if I take that? Sure, here you go. Thanks very much. I'm glad I could be of service. Anything else you need? Not really. You know, you sound just like the mayor. Really? That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said. I admire him a great deal. He works so hard for this town. You look like him as well? I don't think I do. No, really. What with the unhealthy skin tone and bulging eyes? The resemblance is uncanny. Well, I haven't spoken to him in a while. I don't get out much. I can see why. Maybe the mayor has finally seen how much I admire him. He's grown to admire me. Anything's possible, I suppose. Wait a minute. You mean you've always looked like that odd? Hey, I resent that. Sorry, it's just... Never mind. You're doing fine. Keep selling your stuff. That's page 2. We don't have enough inventory space. I'm gonna drop a pure essence. We got plenty of other stuff, probably. Colonial, how you doing? Hardcore Ironman Artic. There you are. Jake, I hope you can help me out here. Perhaps. What is it you need? Well, hang on a moment. You're looking a bit sickly. Oh no, they got you too, didn't they? Are you sure this is not some elaborate deception on my part? To fool them? Well, I don't know. But how can I trust you? Because you seek the last page of Maledict's holy book. It is right here for you. That seems a tad convenient. Perhaps. At the end of the day, it is what you need. Do you want it or not? I'm not so sure it's a good idea, but yes, I'll take it. When you need to free up space for 3 items in your backpack first. Right, I'll do that now. How many items are you going to give me? Grumble, grumble. There you are. Getting my book. It's right here. Convenient. I'll take it. It's been torn into 3 pieces. You need to stick them back together before you can use them. Great, another complication I didn't need. Wonder if swamp paste will do the trick. Don't mention it. Swamp paste. I love sticking things together. Whee! How can Ultimate Iron Man Artic? Stop! What? I'm only trying to glue these pages back together. Please don't use oil-rich swamp paste on an ancient parchment. It'll ruin it. So how do I stick the pages back together? Well, lucky for you, my preliminary sea slug analysis has just finished. Shows that if you render the sea slug down, it will form a very sticky glue that will dry clear. You need to find someone who has years of experience in aquatic cooking. Could go horribly wrong. No problem, Savant. Snap to it right away. No swamp paste needed. Take one of my pure essence back. And all these different bits. Somebody with experience in aquatic cooking. Well, that's gonna be Bailey. Right back. to the fishing platform. Unfortunately with Jeb. Take him to the fishing platform. Board. There we go. We arrive. So we got the lobsters. We also sat down in the cave. Fishermen are still bobbling around. Bailey. Wah! Ah! Oh, sorry, Hardcore Ultra Ironman, Artic. Thought you were one of those fishermen. No problem. Just a surprise, that's all. Well, I'm scared half to death out here. Well, I have something that could help you out. Really? Great. What is it? Well, I have a page that should give me instructions on how to eliminate what could be the source of the sea slugs. Then why haven't you used it? It's been torn up into 3 pieces. I have it on good authority that you may be able to help me out by rendering a dead sea slug down for glue. Well, you are in luck. I've been cooking a new batch of gumbo for my dinner. However, I let it cook too long, it's become very thick and sticky. Should make a perfect base for your glue. Wow, that was good timing, wasn't it? Uncanny, really. Do you have a dead sea slug I can use? Yes, here you go. Right, I'll get cooking. It cooks. Right, here you go. That should do the trick. Thanks very much. Get right to work on the parchment. Good luck. Sea slug glue. Fragments of a page. And a good time trying to make this work. We've got showing each piece on and off. Selecting each piece. This piece is be invisible and back here. We can rotate it. We can move it. It was just completely off the screen there. That's pretty wild. Rotate it. Click on the button over and over to make it work. Select the other fragment here. Rotate it around. Move up, move right, move left, move down. That was kind of completely the other way. We flip the piece entirely. Stick that onto the side of this one. And then the third piece. Click. Flip that one. Rotate that one. Move it up. And there you go. Could be worse. Could be worse. I have all 3 pages. Let's take a read and see what we've got for information here. This page details a method of modifying rune essence into a mystical keystone. Method involved seems a little complex, but well within your abilities. First, a piece of mined rune essence needs to be shaped into the required form. Secondly, the mystical energies which empower runestones need to be channeled into this rune essence. This would need to be formed at the properly consecrated rune altar. Once consecrated, the 5 stones of earth, air, fire, water, and mind should be placed in the door of the mystical prison. However, it should be noted, this method of shaping and empowering negates the runes used for the effects of spells. This page details the channeling method as a performance of the elements earth and air. Next one. This one does elements of fire and water. And page 3 is for mind. So we can shape earth, shape air. Use our chisel to make a different shape of rune. Shape fire, shape water, shape of mind. So I just need to go to all 5 of these altars, which is easily accomplishable through the abyss 5 times. Having talismans would also be something that would work, but we'd have to go get the talismans. That would definitely be slower than just teleporting to the house and going to Edgeville 5 times. And so that's what we're going to do. To the altars. First up, the Earth altar. Make sure not to use all of our pure essence. Just use the Earth rune blank on here. And we succeed first try. Very good. There is possibilities to mess this up. We have a reasonable rune crafting here of 51. Oh, I don't know. We can just go straight through here. Not have any problems. Yeah, there it goes. You attempt to empower the rune but fail, destroying the essence. We just have to shape again. use the shape again until we get it right. There's some really wonky runes here. Hopefully we don't mess it up too many times and need to go get more essence. Wouldn't take too much more effort, but it would be nice to just get this done here. Let's make the rest of these. Should be fine. Messed up a few more times, making a few more of the runes here. Even managed to mess up the crafting at one point. Attempted to craft the stone, but failed, destroying the essence. Shame. And messed up the rune crafting 2 more times. But here is all the runes we need for the door here. With the thing in the thing. Place the air rune in a slot. What is the slot that matches with the wacky shapes of the runes here? And use them on the door. And there we go. Problem solved. Or problem made much, much worse. As we do. So typically. Ah, so good of you to finally join us, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. To be honest, I never thought you'd make it this far. What? Mayor Hobb? What's going on? Oh, come now, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Surely you're smart enough to know when you've been played for a fool. Ah, the penny drops. You got me to do your dirty work for you. Indeed, the enchantment placed upon this door by the Temple Knights prevented anyone not working in their interests from opening it. With your superb timing, our plans have been advanced quicker than we could have anticipated. And what are they? What are your plans? You'd really like to know? Well, it seems the least I can do for you after all your hard work. It's a big slug. Oh no. Behold, the beautiful visage of our beloved prince. So this is the Mother Malum? Wahaha, fool. No, this is not our great mother, though I sincerely wish you had the chance to gaze upon her. Sadly for you, this will be the last thing you ever see. Slug Prince. Hi. Dragon Hubbard's back. And he's gone. We defeat the Slug Prince with a smash. And sticky glue gets on our shoes. Now we're stuck. Fun fact, the Slug Prince is immune to everything except for melee. Which really isn't a huge situation, because most people just use melee at this point anyways. Because it's free. And also, it was bugged. Where if you had a follower out, and you fought the Slug Prince here, instead of doing this whole cutscene where he dies and you continue, he just doesn't die. And then you're stuck in a cutscene, you can't leave, and he just kills you. Which is not ideal. And that is why he was temporarily disabled at the start of old school RuneScape. So they could fix that bug. People wouldn't just die to the Slug Prince. Because that'd be very embarrassing. And not great. Especially with the death mechanics at the time. But we two-hit it, so that's fine. No, do you realize what you have done? Yes, I have destroyed one of the great evils infesting this world. You fool. Do you think it would be so easy? The prince will be reborn in all his glory. Now you face the true wrath of Mother Malum. Calm yourself, my child. We anticipated this eventuality. Go now and prepare the throne for our arrival. By your command, my queen. And there goes the mayor. And here is Mother Malum. So then, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, it is just us. What shall we do with you? Your mind is like an open book to us. Your very essence laid bare before our sight. You have great potential, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. We should destroy you now, unless you interfere with our plans further. Or we could take you whole and make you an extension of our will. After millennia, this husk is almost spent and requires replacement. Yes, you will make an excellent host. Never. I'll never serve you. I shall fight until my last breath before giving in. Yes, that's it. Fight. Fight with all your heart. It's always so much sweeter than when they resist us. No! Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, are you there? We're having a few technical problems. Savant, help me, please, for the love of Saradomin. By the gods, I'll get you out of there immediately. Initiating emergency teleport. What? I'm still here. Come with us, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Come and be with us for all eternity. Please teleport me. Savant! She's blocking my magic. 1 second, I'll try something else. Ah, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Is useless to resist. Now we shall become as one. Savant, now would be a good time. Right, I think I got it this time. Just 1 more second. She's coming to get me. And we're out. Alright. Nut. Controlled by a slug. I'll take it. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, are you there? Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, are you alright? Speak to me. Phew, yes, Savant, that was too close for comfort. Thanks, Sarah Doman. Thought we'd lost you there for a moment. I think you better talk to Sir Tiffy about this. Indeed. I'll just get my breath back first. Yeah! We did it, Sir Tiffy. Jolly good show getting into the White Knights, what? Oh, we got bigger problems to deal with that now. About the Slug Menace. Greetings, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Anything to report? Sir Tiffy, it's all gone horribly wrong. Nonsense, dear boy. Can't be as bad as all that. Why don't you relax a little and tell Sir Tiffy what's wrong, The town of Witchhaven has been overrun by mind-controlling sea slugs. Go on. Well, the mayor of the town was first, then Brother Maledict, finally Colonel O'Neill. Oh dear, that's a shame. Please go on. Well, they tricked me into opening this prison, they kept their queen imprisoned. Ah, the Mother Malum. Dear, oh dear, this isn't good news at all. Well, it isn't all bad. I did manage to kill the prince. Excellent. That should delay her plans somewhat. She follows the same pattern as last time. The important figures of Gillinor will be her next targets. That cannot be allowed to happen. What can we do about it? I think we're going to have to increase our surveillance somewhat. Seeing as you already have a familiarity with the sea slugs, I'll place you personally in charge of this mission. If you think I'm ready for it, Sir Tiffy. Of course you are, my boy. Now you'll need access to some of the more restricted resources of the Temple Knights. So with immediate effect, I am promoting you within the Temple Knights. Congratulations. Only wish it were under better circumstances. Wow, I am honored. Tish, pshaw, nonsense. It's about time you were rewarded for your work. Now with this position comes some new responsibilities. In due time you'll have access to the Temple Knight headquarters. But for now, we need to collate our information and plan ahead. Report back to me in a little while. I'll have some new tasks for you. Yes, sir. Keep my eyes open for any signs of sea slug infiltration. Good lad. Oh, and Colonel O'Neill has been placed on our disavowed list. Should be considered extremely dangerous and to be killed on sight. Right, no problem. Well, I'll see you around. See you soon. Ta-ta, old bean. And that is quest complete. 1 quest point. 3,500 crafting, rune crafting, and thieving XP. Access to proselyte armor for our promotion to proselyte. Well, that's nice. No levels from that. That's fine. That was Sir Tiffy. Good day, proselyte. Is there anything I can do for you? Let's see the armor. Buy some armor. Of course, dear boy. So you have to proselyte level items only, I'm afraid. And this is proselyte stuff. Initiate was a yellow trim. Proselyte's more of a slightly orange. Has better prayer bonus. Not that prayer bonus is really what we're really looking for most of the time. With the way that element of combat and everything has changed, having just prayer bonus on your melee gear is not really the thing you most need. Still pretty good as far as the amount of prayer bonus it has. So in situations when you're not in combat and you want to have some prayer bonus, not a bad shout. Overall though, not something we really need. So we're not going to worry about that. Instead, we are going to worry about other things. The next training arc. Potentially not much of an arc, but it needs to get done here. And now would be the best time. We're going to go do some Slayer. Next time. Goodbye.